In this video, I will provide a general overview of the CAM1 website. The website is intended for people and organizations who want to manage their wildlife camera trap data with potentially multiple users, automated tools for summarizing data, and sharing tools for partner and public education. I will give you an overview of the site, show you how to request an account, how to log in, how to start a project, and how to start populating your project with related content, including setting up your monitoring locations, camera positions, and animal observations. If I go too fast or you want to follow along using the website, just press pause and play as we go along through the video. As you can see from the home page, CAM1 already is home to quite a few wildlife camera projects. You can click on the Projects tab to see a list of those, and click on each project to see what's inside the project. There are also photo observations in a photo gallery. If you are just exploring the website, we recommend you click on one of the featured projects that are listed, as they will show you what a wildlife camera project setup looks like, including how monitoring locations, camera positions, and animal observations can be associated with each other. The first step in the process is setting up an account. To set up an account, please contact us using the contact form on the home page. Please provide your name and an accurate email address, as we may want to contact you for more information. Please also provide a short summary, such as a few sentences, about your project and why you'd like to host it on CAM1. In the future, we'll try to automate this function so that people can be more independent. Once you've received an account, you can log into the website by entering your username and password in the fields provided on the home page. Once you've logged in, you'll see a black bar going across the top of the web page. It means you're already logged into the site and you can start adding information. It is important to know how to update your user profile and change your password. In the upper right-hand corner of the site, you'll see a link to your account where it says hello and then your name. It might be your organization's name depending on how you created the account. If you click on your name or your organizational name, it'll take you to your account page. Once you arrive there, you should see a link above the placeholder for your photo which says Edit. Click this link to edit your account. If you click this link, you can change your password, time zone, personal information, such as your name and display name, which will be the name displayed on the site instead of your username, and pictures of yourself and a place to enter your experience with wildlife-related projects. Once you've made any changes you desire, don't forget to click Save at the bottom, which will automatically save the information to the CAM1 website. Once you've created an account and log in, you can start creating content on the site to support your wildlife camera projects. This begins with creating a project, which is our word for a study, a monitoring project, or similar type of investigation for one or several places. Within a project, you may have one-to-many monitoring locations, each with one or more camera positions, and eventually observations of wildlife and other information. The site also provides tools for tracking your wildlife camera inventory by adding information about the cameras you are using or taking advantage of information that other people may have already added. Setting up a project is very straightforward, and you can start this process by clicking on Add New Project. Then it's simply a matter of filling out the available fields in the input form. Some of these fields are required, such as the project name and deployment dates. These required fields are indicated with an asterisk. Other fields are optional, but advised because they help you and others to understand the project. One important feature is the branding. This is where you can upload a photo of an animal or your organizational tag or picture, making the project yours. Don't forget to press save when you're all done. I'm going to show you an example of a project. This is on Interstate 280 in California, which is on the San Francisco Bay Peninsula. CAM1 has concepts for both monitoring location and camera position, where a position is directly associated with a single camera placement. Here you can see a map of locations, which are different structures where cameras were placed. This structure of project location and position helps manage cameras and tracking animal events, such as whether or not an animal uses a crossing structure. The easiest way to understand this is to think about a wildlife crossing structure as a type of monitoring location, and assume you have two camera positions, one on each side of the crossing structure. These are examples in blue of locations and positions underneath them. So I'm going to click on Alpine Underpass, which is a location, and you can see multiple points which are all camera positions. Each camera is associated with one and only one position, indicated by the points on the map. But the location includes multiple positions. This facilitates the tracking of animals as they cross through structures and also covers multiple possible places where animals might move. To ensure an animal actually used a crossing structure, ideally an animal would be captured on both sides of the structure by more than one camera. In the future, CAM1 will provide a mechanism to track these events, crossing events by animals, which is whether or not the animal actually used the structure all the way through versus being repelled. For this, you need to know if both cameras or multiple cameras were triggered at a single location. Once you've created a project, you can add the monitoring locations and camera positions. I'm going to show you an actual location here on Interstate 80 through California. To set up an actual location, you need to click the Add New Location button, which appears in the upper right corner of the project page. When you get to that page, type in a name for the monitoring location. The associated project will already be selected because you started on the project page. Select a location type from the drop-down menu. Type in the date you initiated this location, or use the calendar. You can then zoom into the map and click on the map to indicate where the location is in real space. Just click once and that'll set a point where your monitoring location is. You can also enter the latitude and longitude coordinates in the boxes underneath the term geography. You can set or leave a zoom level at 16, which is the zoom level of the map just above, unless you want to set a lower zoom level, which can restrict how exactly a user who's not associated with your project can zoom into your location. Next, enter location details, which are exactly what they sound like. Text information about your project, location. You can also upload location images, which are pictures in and around your monitoring location. These help your staff understand where cameras might be located that you have placed or others have placed. You can also enter road-specific information, which is useful for road and highway studies. You can also enter crossing structure details, which include dimensions, materials, and visibility attributes. After you've entered all of this information, don't forget to click Save to preserve this information. After you've set up locations, you can set up camera positions within the locations. To do this, click on the Add New Position button, which appears on the right-hand side of the location page. When you do this, you'll create a camera position on the website and associate it with that location. As with the monitoring location fields, you're going to enter information about the camera position, filling out a series of fields, describing it, including the name, when it was established, and so forth. The associated project and location will already be selected for you, since you started on the location page. You can establish the camera positions on the map by zooming in and clicking to place a point where cameras actually occur in geographic space. Once you've clicked a point, you can also move it around by putting the cursor over the point and grabbing it with the little hand symbol, moving it to exactly where you want it to be. You can also enter latitude and longitude coordinates and change the zoom level. Add other details about the position, images showing exactly where the camera is located, so if other people come out there they can see where you've placed the camera, and additional attributes such as the direction that the lens is facing. Once you've done all this, don't forget to press Save to preserve the information on the website. Now we get to one of the most important functions of the website, managing images from cameras. This starts with adding image files. There are 3 ways that images can be uploaded to the website. 1. Uploading images one at a time. 2. Uploading zipped folders of images, usually pre-sorted to include only those with animals. And 3. Automated uploading of images from cell or Wi-Fi communicating cameras. For individual images, click on Add New Observation. And I'll show you an example for Interstate 80 in California. This will take you to a web form where you can upload your wildlife photo. Browse to the location in your system where the photo is, select it, and then click Upload. And that brings the photo into the system. Optionally, you can give the photo a title. After that, you're going to add information about the animal by clicking on Animal Information. This allows you to select species from a drop-down menu, in this case a gray fox. And also animal group, in this case a canine. You'll also indicate your confidence level in your identification. In this case we're 100% certain. The project and position associations should already be in there because you started on the position page. Then you'll enter the date and time, in this case, November 16th, at 7 p.m. and a few minutes. You can then add additional information about the photo, such as detail about the animal, its gender, age class, travel direction, and any activity such as walking, running, foraging, etc. You can enter number of animals, and this could be a number of total animals, females, males, juveniles, etc. If there's any human activity, you would indicate it here. In this case, there's not. Finally, don't forget to click Save, which adds all of this information to your photograph in the system. So next time you pull up that photograph, it's got all this data associated with it. The second method for uploading image files is the bulk upload method. You start this process by first preparing folders or directories containing only pictures of animals from a single camera position. For example, if you retrieved an SD card from a camera after a few months of image capture, you would sort out the images containing animals and zip this folder, creating a zip file. Then, on the position page corresponding to that camera, you click Initiate Bulk Upload on the right-hand side of the position view, which will open a web form. For this form, all you need to do is browse to and attach a zip file and click Upload. Other information, such as the project associations, the project name, and the camera position, will have already been selected because you were on the position page. So browse to the place in your computer where you have the zip file, and once you've found that and selected that zip file, you're going to click Upload. In this example, which is from a camera that was positioned for about 3 months, there are 416 pictures in a zip file that ended up being about 570 megabytes. This will take about 20 to 30 seconds to upload, depending on your connection speed. After the file has uploaded into the system, you're not quite done with the bulk upload. You still need to scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Save, as with any action on the website where you want to preserve information. You'll then need to wait while the server puts your bulk upload into a queue and creates observation records from each image. This can take up to half an hour, depending on the number of images in your zip file. Basically, the zip file is being unpacked and an observation record created for each image. To know when this process is finished, go to the My Data section and click on the Bulk Uploads tab to determine the status of the process. The newest bulk upload should be the first in the list, meaning the top. Once the bulk upload and record creation process is complete, you can go to the project's tagging area to tag your photos with the appropriate animal species and other important information. I'm going to show you an example of tagging photographs using a project in Colorado. You start off on the project page and then click on Tagging Area. Once you're there, you can select individual images and tag them by clicking on Edit next to the image. You can also bulk tag photos that have identical species, number of individuals, gender, and animal activity. In this case, I'm going to select a series of images that have one female mule deer going east at a walking pace. Using this grouping process will speed up considerably the amount of time it takes to tag photos in your collection. We've managed to get our time down to approximately 20 to 30 seconds per photo when we use the bulk tagging method. You'll see that I'm going past some of these animals, which are males, and some that are going in the other direction. Once you've selected all of the photos that have exactly the same thing going on in them, scroll back to the top of the view and you're going to click on Choose an Operation. You're going to select Modify Observation Attributes and click Execute. This will take you to a new view where you can select categories of attributes that you want to add to the images, such as number of individuals, gender, species, activity. Don't forget to click the tagging box at the end, or tagged box at the end of the list. Selecting these attributes will make them show up in the menus below. You're going to scroll down through each of these menus, which you can open by clicking like an accordion. Within each attribute area, you can select the different attributes corresponding to the images. Since all of the images are the same thing, you're going to end up tagging all of those images with the same set of information. In our case, it was an adult female mule deer traveling east at a walking pace. There was one animal. There was no human activity, and at the end, we're going to click Tagging Complete. And then don't forget, we're going to go to a Save step. In this case, you click Next. Don't worry about the little text there in the pink box, and click Confirm. And this will update all of those records, those images, with the new information that you've added. This is where the real-time saving comes in, because you can attribute many images with a single operation. After you and project partners have entered project information, locations, positions, and observation data, you have something you can share among colleagues and with the public if desired. You can also edit the project by clicking on Edit and change any information about the project that you've loaded so far, such as the name, the description. You can also change whether or not the project is public or private. If it's public, it's shared with everybody. If it's private, it's just shared among the project partners. After you've made any changes, don't forget to click Save when you're finished. I hope you found this information useful and that you can join us in managing and sharing wildlife picture data through CAM1. If you want, you can contact us by clicking on Contact Us on the front page, which will take you to a form you can use to ask any questions or make suggestions. Click Send Message at the bottom of the page to send the message to us, and we'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Thank you for your attention, and feel free to let us know if we can help you further.